Welcome back to the channel. With Jurassic World Evolution 2 no longer being developed, and with modding becoming far more common amongst the PC players, I thought it was time to do some videos looking specifically at modding. So today I'm going to suggest 5 mods that I think all PC players should get. Now just before I go into the list, I just want to qualify that this list is not going to include mods that I think are critical mods. That is, mods that are needed for other mods. Things like ACSE and Kyodenic's Great Toolbox will not be on this list because those mods everybody should be using anyway. And please note, I'll be doing a video separately on species mods. So let's get on with the list, and these are in no particular order. Number 1, the viewing frame by Scary Face. So we start with a wonderfully simple mod. The viewing frame is essentially a modified mural section that's had the mural removed and replaced by glass to create a usable glass wall section. This can be a very useful building element in your parks. These will allow you to create windows through fence and wall lines so that guests would be naturally able to watch the dinosaurs or other animals within. There's lots of different unique ways to make use of this object. I've seen people use it to create fake aquariums and fish tanks, for example. It's a simple mod, but it's one that you can really use to improve your enclosure design, which can, a lot of the time, look a bit ugly with all those walls and fences. Number 2, Lagoon Decorations by Max Veers. Max Veers has created 2 great mods that I'm combining here, as I consider them both vital for improving those awfully boring lagoons. Max's Kelp is one of the 2. Another very simple mod that adds a range of kelp decorations for your lagoons. I consider these better than the kelp we got from Frontier. Firstly, Max's kelp for me just looks better. It's more bushy and lush and vibrant, and because it moves around a lot more, it looks more realistic to me. It's also just better in design, with small fish that swim around it, and in addition, this wonderful kelp comes in various forms. Max gives you a super short, a medium, and a very tall kelp piece, and then on top of that gives you a larger kelp patch which you can use to cover a wider area. All in all, they look really good and they can really improve your lagoon environments. The second one of his mods adds a range of larger decorative pieces in a range of types, and the thing that really stands out about all these decorations is that they're not flat to the ground like the ones that Frontier gave us. So let's look at each one in detail. The first piece is this whale skeleton that is, for want of another term, kind of the most standard of the lagoon decoration pieces. It's very similar to the other decorations that Frontier gave us, but it does have some small fish swimming around it, and overall it just makes a nice alternative skeleton for your lagoons. Next is this wonderful tall rock wall embedded with coral and plants. One of the persistent problems with the lagoon decoration pieces that Frontier gave us is that they are mostly small and short. This coral wall will give you the opportunity to create much more elaborate coral biomes, and the presence of the small coral loving fish around it makes it look nice and lively. With Kyodenic's Move It mod, you can shrink these wall sections into the ground to create more elaborate areas. Next is a very unique piece in the form of this building ruin, a nice arched wall piece with some coral around it. I find this is one of the pieces I use most from this particular mod, because not only can you use it in the lagoons to create a nice artificial ruin that can serve as nice backgrounds for your aquatics, but again, with Kyodenic's Move It mod and Free Build mod, you can use these ruined pieces in your land-based enclosures to give a nice sort of abandoned ancient ruin feel. The final piece is a range of large rocky outcrops, 2 eroded pillars which are nice, but my favourite piece is this wonderful rock archway. The archway not only provides a great lagoon decoration, but I've used it in a number of land-based enclosures too, disguising it with foliage and trees. The archway is non-collision, which means lagoon animals and land animals will swim or walk through it, and it also means that you can put your tour vehicles through it, and guests will walk through it too if they're on paths. When combined with the kelp and existing lagoon decorations, these additions by Max Veers can really help you to create some much more unique and less boring lagoons. Number 3, the Ancient Amphibian Bundle by Luca. So the next mod is a full-on expansion expansion that feels a lot more like a DLC. Luca has made several of these, so I've chosen this particular one to represent their content, since this one I feel adds some very unique and vital elements. So what's included? This mod introduces a range of prehistoric amphibian animals, along with a huge range of decorative pieces for them. You get 4 new animals: Anthracosaurus, Diplodocus, Ichthyostega, and Platyhystrix. 4 wonderful giant amphibians that are all very visually distinctive and can certainly add some unique body shapes to your park. However, it's not the species that make this mod one that I think everyone should be using. One of the most important elements that this mod brings in is a small hexagonal glass walled enclosure and enclosure roof. Designed to hold your amphibians, not only do they look great, but the glass wall enclosure also works as a wonderful way of exhibiting your smallest dinosaur species, such as the compies. The mod also includes a huge range of decorative pieces. Some of these, such as the wonderful glow-in-the-dark entrance and education signs, are very much related to the animals included in the mod, but there are some other decorative elements that can work anywhere in your park. Wooden wall sections and decorated painted mural walls can add a nice decorative flair, but one of my favourite pieces is this patch of swamp algae. The patch of green algae can really improve your watercourses and ponds, helping just to make them look a bit more realistic. All in all, this mod is something that I would have been actually happy to pay real money for, as Luca has really created something here that can really improve your park builds in so many different ways. Number 4, Scary Statues by Scaryface. One of the biggest wants from the community has always been to have more decorative dinosaur statues or skeletons for our builds. Well, that's exactly what this mod provides. Another mod by Scaryface, this mod adds statues to represent every single species currently in the game, along with some model variants and a few others. This mod comes in 4 different versions, allowing you to pick from a range of materials. The basic is this grey concrete. My favourite, and the one I use, is this wonderfully aged bronze metal effect. You can also get this mod in rusty red metal colours, similar to the metal in the Malta building sets, and if you want to demonstrate that you've spared no expense, you can get this hyper shiny chrome version. These statues can really enhance your builds, helping to theme particular areas, decorate plazas and guest zones. I like to use the pterosaurs as background statues in enclosures just for fun. Number 5, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Buildings and Rides by Sir Zero John. Sir Zero John is renowned for his mods for Jurassic World Evolution 2, so I've chosen these 2 mods to represent them here, as I think these 2 offer some of the best new buildings and attractions for your parks. Essentially, these mods provide you with almost all of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis's building set in-game, with all buildings also working in their defined roles, from entrance buildings to ranger stations. These mods really do beef out the Jurassic Park building set that Jurassic World Evolution 2 already has, but they can also provide you with some nice alternatives. One of my favourite structures contained in this mod is the viewing tower. I think it works so much better than the existing Jurassic Park one, with none of that awful cage. It's just a nice thatched tower with a glorious nice flag on top. Another super favourite of mine is the beautiful Parasaurolophus fountain, which provides a very different sort of fountain compared to the copy-paste round ones that we got from Frontier. And obviously, the fantastic balloon tour ride can provide a much needed form of attraction for our parks. There really is so much in here that can give your parks a different feel or give you new and alternative buildings for those Jurassic Park era builds. So that was 5 mods that I think all PC players should be using. Links to all these mods are available below, and I want to thank the creators of these for creating such amazing content for the game. Let me know in the comments if there's any mods you think I haven't mentioned here that are great, and don't forget to subscribe for more content from all of us at Triclaw Gaming. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.